Alright, YouTube again. Here's another video for the Casey Anthony history. And last time that I left off was on 7/15/2008. This is when this all happens, and we find out that little Kaylee is missing. So on 7/15/08, Casey picks up Amy at the airport. Casey told Amy, who told Jesse about how Casey said she got a call from Kaylee. Amy goes with Cindy to Tony's apartment. Cindy tells Amy about the smell in the car and that the car smelled like something had died. Cindy told Amy that the impound lot, so the smell was coming from the trunk. Amy also found out about all the lies Casey told. Cindy told Amy she was worried and she hadn't seen or talked to Kaylee in over a month. Personally, if your norm is to talk to any kind of child, on a daily basis, every other daily basis, or see them, you should have called the cops a long time ago, lady. Cindy thought Casey was Cindy thought Casey is and was unfit mother, and if it goes on much longer, that Cindy would sue for custody of Kaylee. Casey is unfit because she's going out partying. Cindy told Amy how Casey stole money from them. When Cindy and Amy got to Tony, Cindy said to Casey, "Get your things, you're coming with me." Casey said, "No, I'm coming back." And Cindy said, "No, get all your things." Cindy told Tony, "I hope you're rich because Casey's going to take all your money and leave you high and dry." Casey had heard this and said, "Shut up." Casey stormed out and Cindy followed her. All this information came from Amy Huizenga in her police interview. While Amy was in the car, Cindy said to Casey, "You are taking me to Kaylee now." And Casey said, "She's fine. She's with a nanny." Cindy then said, "Then if she is, then we're just going to go see her. I want to see my granddaughter. I want to be selfish. You're taking me to her now." When Lee got to the Anthony's home, he said the smell coming from Casey's car was potent. When Lee asked what's going on, Cindy says, your sister knows where Kaylee is and she won't take me to her. I'm going to call the police and you need to talk to your sister." Casey maintained Kaylee's at the nanny's house. "She's sleeping. I don't want to take her out of, what's been normal for her lately. We can get her in the morning. Mom has thrown it in my face many times before that I'm an unfit mother, and you know what? Maybe she's right. And maybe I am." And this is all from Lee's interview with the police. Lee asked Casey, "Why won't you allow us to see Kaylee?" Casey said, "Well, maybe I'm a spiteful bitch." After, Lee tells Casey the cops are going to make her take them to Kaylee. And after the first 911 call, Casey says, "Lee, do you want to know the truth? I haven't seen Kaylee in 31 days. Casey begins to cry. Lee asks more questions. And Casey said she was kidnapped. Cindy burst into the room and asked, "What have you done?" Now, this is all coming from Lee and Lee's statement to the police. And what really gets me is that Casey says that Kaylee was kidnapped by the police, and Cindy says, "What have you done?" Like, come on. That's just some red flags right there. Casey tells Cindy, and Cindy asks, "Who took her? Who took her?" Casey said, "The nanny did. She was kidnapped, Mom," Lee said. Lee said Cindy hit her fist on the bed and said, "We could have found her a month ago. Why did you wait?" Cindy called Amy at 11 p.m. that night. Cindy was saying Kaylee was gone, and Casey said the nanny ran off with her like a month ago. 2 hours after Cindy, Amy, and Casey left Tony's, and then this is from Tony Lazzaro's police report. 2 hours after Cindy and Amy and Casey left Tony's, he texted her. That's when he realized Casey left her phone. So Tony called Amy 20 minutes later. He got a call from a number he didn't know. It was Lee. He introduced himself and told Tony what was going on and how Casey admitted to Lee that she didn't know where Kaylee was, and Casey hasn't seen Kaylee for 31 days. Lee went to Tony's to get Casey's belongings around midnight. Lee got Casey's laptop. It's actually Cindy's, but Casey had it for the past month. Very large leopard print duffel bag that had her clothing, white backpack with more clothing, large purse and female items, a slender black bag he used for a laptop bag, some paperwork. Everything was so organized that Lee thought it was odd. Lee believed someone else packed Casey's bag when he went to get it, because he said that Casey doesn't do that. She's very messy. He brought the stuff into the house, and Cindy said, "I want to go through this stuff." The officer said, "Dump it out on the ground." Casey's wallet had approximately $140 to $200 in it. Cindy grabbed the money and put it in her pocket. Cindy showed the officer, "Look, this is my JCPenney credit card that she took from me. Look, this is another card she took from me." When Cindy pulled out Casey's driver's license, the officer grabbed something that was behind it. Lee said it looked like an old-style driver's license or learner's permit. That's what he assumed it looked like. Amy's car key was also in there. Casey said she got a call from Kaylee on this day. Cindy Anthony stated in second 911 call that when she found the car, it smells like there's been a dead body in the damn car. Casey says Kaylee was missing 31 days. She stated she received a number that is no longer in service. Spoke to Kaylee for a minute. Said Zenaida Fernandez Gonzalez, been babysitting for a year and a half to 2 years. Known her almost 4 years, be 4 years Christmas of 2008. When Tony called Amy, she told him to check his bank account and everyone else's in the apartment because Casey took money from Amy. When Cindy first got to Tony's, Casey went outside to talk to Cindy and Amy. A half an hour later, Casey and Cindy came to the door, and Casey stormed in and looked like she was in tears. Now, this is also from Tony Lazzaro's interview with the police. When Cindy and George were at Johnson's that day, Johnson's Wrecker, Simon said that Cindy and George were bickering. He noticed a smell emanating around the car on one occasion. When George opened the door, Simon said the smell was pungent and it knocked him back. When they opened the trunk, he said it didn't smell like rotten garbage. A very similar odor as a car that a guy had committed suicide that they also had on the lot. That man was reported to have remained deceased inside of that car for approximately 5 days. The police also spoke to Jamie Raylander, had a phone conversation with Casey at 11:35 a.m. They talked about fusion casual conversation. Casey said, "I'm going to Universal." She said she had a couple of things to do there. They also discussed the fact Kaylee was her daughter. Casey never mentioned anything about Kaylee missing or being hurt. Chris said he saw a girl that looked exactly like Casey running down Chickasaw like a workout run. He texted her and asked her if it was her, and she said no, that was the end of it. That was about 9:30 a.m. Corporal Render Fletcher went to Sawgrass Apartments to number 210. Found out it had been vacant for several weeks, 142 days to be exact. No time during any interview, Casey did not show any obvious emotion as to the loss of her child. She did not cry or give any indication that she was legitimately worried about her child's safety. I also have the 911 call transcripts. The first time Cindy called the 911 was, and this is what Cindy had to say. "I drove to the police department here. I'm perishing, but you guys are enclosed. I need to bring someone into the police department. Can you tell me where I can? The closest one I came to." The operator says, "What are you trying to accomplish by bringing them to the station?" Cindy Anthony says, "I have a 22-year-old person that has grand theft sitting in my auto with me." Operator, so the 22-year-old person stole something. Cindy Anthony, yes. Operator, is this a relative? Cindy Anthony, yes. Operator, where did they steal from? Cindy Anthony, my car and also money. Operator, okay, is this your son? Cindy Anthony, daughter. Operator, okay, so your daughter stole money from your car. Cindy Anthony, no, my car was stolen. We retrieved it today. We found out where it was. We retrieved it. I've got that, and I've Got affidavits from my banking account. I want to bring her in. I want to press charges. Operator, where did all this happen? Cindy Anthony, oh, it's been happening. Operator, I know, but I need to establish the jurisdiction is what I'm trying. Cindy Anthony, oh, well, I live in Orlando. Operator, yeah, but what address did the theft occur at? Cindy Anthony, well, I guess my residence. Operator, that's actually going to be in the jurisdiction of the sheriff's office, ma'am, not the Orlando Police Department. Cynthia Anthony, alrighty. Operator, let me transfer you to communication section for Orange County. Anthony, okay, now. So, is the Orlando Sheriff's Department the one on 4636? Is that open this afternoon or this evening? Operator, on the substation you're at, all perishing. If it's Orlando Police, we're open primarily in the day. But that's not the sheriff's, that's the city police, which does not have jurisdiction for your address. Cindy Anthony, I know the Sheriff's Department on 5th, I mean on 436. Operator, what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer you to the Sheriff's Communication section, and you can determine that. Cindy Anthony, okay, dial tone, phone dialing. Phone ringing. Cindy Anthony, my next thing will be child's thing, and we'll have a court order to get her. If that's what you want to play, we'll do it, and you'll never... And then it comes on. Cindy Anthony, well, you have, so I'm not going to give you another day, I'm giving you a month. Orange County Sheriff's Office. Okay, so this is where the second 911 call comes in, or part of that first. Actually, no, this is the second one, I think. Second 911 call. I have someone here that I need to be arrested in my house. They're there right now. I have a possible missing child, a 3-year-old that's been missing for a month. A 3-year-old, the dispatcher says. Cindy, yes. Dispatcher, have you reported that? Cindy, I'm trying to do that now, ma'am. Dispatcher K, what did the person do that you needed arrested? Cindy, my daughter. For what? Dispatcher. Cindy, for stealing an auto and stealing money. I already spoke with someone. They said they would pass me through the Orlando Sheriff's Department, have a deputy here. I was in the car, was going to drive her to the police station, and no one's open. They said they would bring a deputy to my home when I got home to call them. Dispatcher, so she stole your vehicle. Cindy, yes. Dispatcher, when did she do that? Cindy, on the 30th. I just got it back from the impound. I'd like to speak to an officer. Can you have someone come out to my house? Dispatcher, okay. I got to ask these questions so I could put them in the call, okay? Cindy, okay. Dispatcher, 30th of June? Cindy, yes. Dispatcher, how old is your daughter? Cindy, 22. Dispatcher, what's her name? Cindy, my name? Dispatcher, her name. Her name's Casey Marie Anthony. Dispatcher, and you say you have the vehicle back? Yes, I have the statement. She's there right now? Yes, I got her. I finally found out after a month. She's been missing for a month. I found her, but we can't find my granddaughter. How tall is she? 5'1.5". Thin, medium, or heavy build? Thin. Dispatcher, color hair. Cindy, brown. Dispatcher, what color shirt is she wearing? Cindy, white. Dispatcher, what color pants? Cindy, size. They're shorts, they're plaid, they're like pink and teal and white, black plaid. Dispatcher, does she have any weapons on her? Cindy, no. Dispatcher, is she not telling you where her daughter is? Cindy, correct. Okay, we'll have a deputy out to you as soon as one's available, okay? Thank you, Cindy says. Dispatcher, thank you. Cindy, bye. Dispatcher, bye. I'm going to end this video, and the next video I'm going to bring up is starting with the third 911 call, so we don't run out of time and I don't have to piece it together like that. So stay tuned.